everyone, it's Sally. I've been making a lot of naked journals lately. Just kind of mostly writing space, lots of different assorted papers, and a few, neat vintage book pages thrown in the mix. So I've got several of those because I kind of got cleaned out by one of my local customers that she has bought from me before, and when she buys a lot. So so I'm kind of restocking. But this one was a special one for a special person. I'm going to just raise this up a little bit higher. And this is for a lady that's a friend of my sister's. I know her too. So it was kind of a custom order. And my sister picked out the cover. It was actually one she found somewhere at a used bookstore, I believe. And isn't that gorgeous? I wanted to just preserve the vintage feel of this cover because it was, even though it's from 1886, it's actually still quite sturdy. The spine is cloth with, I just love the way those, see those little ridges? Those are the strings that were binding this book together. It's like this book was a compilation. It says an illustrated magazine. So it was a compilation of a whole year's worth of magazines bound together with the string running through, holding them together. So it was kind of tricky to get it apart, but I did and managed to salvage the pages. So inside cover is just an advertisement. This is actually, you could see how they just sort of threw this together. They wrapped it up with this paper. They tucked in those corners. They glued this on. And here where it was this, where I took the binding or the text block out, you can see this was kind of lifting up, so I glued that back down. But the fabric is still very strong, so I thought it was very stable. This is actually hidden binding that I used. And you could see the little raggedy edges there, but it doesn't, I don't mind that at all. I kind of like the look of it. And it doesn't compromise the integrity of the book either. So it's still very well put together. So this is an original page from the book, which I thought it might be fun to start off with because it does just go so well with the inside cover. And there's the date, 1886. So this person wanted less embellishment and more writing space. She's a gardener, so she loves the outdoors, flowers, and her husband was a beekeeper, so she likes bees. So I tried to put things in here that would be interesting to her. And I love this book, this page from a children's book about flowers and their visitors, the bees. And so lots of blank space, not so much embellishment. Here is a pocket I made with a business card and an old car that used to belong to them. It does include some of their personal photographs I was able to get copies made of. And I included those, but I'm not going to be showing you the faces on them. I'm going to try to keep that part hidden. So this is from a neat old book, The Village Market. Here I actually did some stitching and pieced some pages together. This journal is large, so my normal, letter size pages just don't fit. It is, the pages are like 9.5 this way, 7 that way, so larger than standard. This is actually standard size here, so you can see where I stitched that in there. And I was able, though, to use some book pages that had illustrations in them that were just gorgeous, that are just generally a little too big for my other journals, but there was room for them in this one. I wanted to keep that vintage feel, so I used avocado dyed papers and tea stain papers. And this is from a very old Mother Goose book. By the way, this lady, she has chickens and she loves her chickens, so If I found anything interesting with chickens in here, I put it in. So old book pages here, and oops, I meant to turn that over. And here we have some chickens here on this little corner tuck. Outdoor scene from an old book. These magazine ads are so cool. This is from a magazine called The Pearson, from maybe 1904, something like that. The ads are just really cool. And this is an old National Geographic, and there was an interesting article about rubber. So I thought the pictures were very colorful. So I used some. I love these ladies here with their bicycles. Another page from that Pearson's magazine with just the ads, which are just amazing. Two fat people. I don't know what the vacuum cap is to help make your hair grow. These are for real. Oh my gosh, they're so funny. And just some more beautiful old book pages. Some just plain brown craft paper. There's the rest of the old Mother Goose. This is it's the National Geographic Book of Fishes, and these pictures are they're paintings, and aren't they just amazing? I love them. And tea stain papers here. You can see I pieced it together to make it a little bigger. This is from another copy I got of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, which had these beautiful large color illustrations in them. Tea stained paper. This is from a tree book. And pocket made from a photo. This is from a very old children's book on the alphabet, but I liked it because it had chickens. So I used this page and eggs. More of the fish. Look at those seashells, aren't they gorgeous? Large envelope pocket, and there's some photos inside. Lots of writing space. Edith Holden page. This is from a coloring book. This is actually a page with some chickens on it. I don't know how well you can see it to be colored. I do have some paper that is oversized. It's like maybe 12 by 18. So I was able to use some of that and cut it down. Also, some of this ledger paper is bigger. It's just the inside cover of an old book. Just very beautiful paper. Oh, I can see that's coming apart, so that's going to need a little work. I'm just going to stick a marker in there for me to go back and repair that. Yeah, see, it's from a 1904 book, so okay, they're kind of fragile. I love this picture here, ready for bedtime. And this is more of National Geographic. Just interesting, beautiful pages. It was an article about rubber. So rubber balloons, rubber balls, bags, I guess, made out of rubber. Look at these ladies with their thread. I don't know why they're dressed in bathing suits. So this is a pocket with a photo in it. Another page from that old Pearson's magazine. And this is a map from another old book I have of a farm. Pocket with a card inside. So here I made, just to have a little extra journaling space, this notebook, and it's got a collage cover And the paper was fragile, so I put some fabric there and some washi tape there. And just has some nice tea-stained pages with a little bit of stamping. And it can go right in here. Another page from that old alphabet book. Isn't that cute? This is a page from the original book called Wide Awake. Just a neat print of a chicken. Just kind of flips down. So this is it's a coloring book that someone gave me, and so it has the picture in color, and then on the opposite page it shows the line drawing of it, so you can color it yourself, which is kind of interesting. I had a little spray inks to this one. And I love this paper, these pages. They have this beautiful border on them. And I really liked what was written there too, but I wanted to add writing space, so I just added that piece of paper there, and here I added some extra writing space. This is from some of the French pages I have. But I didn't really care for the ad on this side, so I added this picture in there. That is a pocket. Look at that starfish. Isn't that gorgeous? Just amazing pictures in that book. And just a pretty, really pretty old children's book with flowers in it. Another Edith Holden. Added some spray inks there. So this is, it's an envelope, but when I tea stained it, it kind of fell apart, so I actually left it. I didn't glue it back together, so now you have all that writing space there. And this just kind of holds it together. So some of the pages where I had extra paper, I just folded it in, so didn't want to waste any by cutting it off. Here I didn't like what was on this page, so I added an old book page for writing space. Just beautiful old book. This is from an old book, and when this book has pages that just have this on it with blank space. It's just like such beautiful writing paper. And a little flip out here for more writing space. It's one of those pages from the coloring books. Some bees. So I didn't do a lot of embellishing or decorations on the page. I didn't make tags because she has her own photos and things that she wants to put in here. Neat old map. Plus I was able to get a book of some of her pictures and make copies of some to include in here, which I thought she might enjoy having. A little extra space there. That folds out. I love that picture. This is some wrapping paper. I love the vintage designs on it. Another page from the coloring book. I kind of wish I had tea stained those pages, but it's okay. It's okay to have a little bit of white paper in there. So fold out. There, wild columbines. More old book pages. And there's the inside back cover with some advertisements on it. So, super cool book. Look at this. This great old ads on it. Nice feel. This has lots of space in it. It has a nice feel to it. Love this one. I'm not going to do anything with the cover. I don't need a closure or any kind of charm. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. It's just too beautiful. Thank you for watching.